Let's learn two ideas to make interactive quiz in PowerPoint. Here I am on a new slide. The first thing I'm going to do is to write my question. So I say your question goes here. And to distinguish this text from the rest of the slide content, I'm going to add a simple rectangular bar in the background. And maybe I can make this into a black colored one, right click, send it to back, and then we can make the text to be in white color so the text is clearly visible. Now the question area is clearly separated from the answer area. Now I'm going to provide 4 options here for the question. One of them is the right one and the rest are wrong, obviously. Let us go to shapes and go to basic shapes and use this oval shape. Then hold the shift button down and draw a circle like so. Here you can write your answer. Your answer goes here. You can increase the font size to whichever size you want. So this is the answer. And I'm going to color this black, and then I'm not going to have any outline. Now the animation I want is, on clicking this circle, I want the fill color to change to red, indicating that this is a wrong answer. How do we do that? Very simple. First, let us go to animations and add an animation. So here I have the animation option, and let us choose fill color from emphasis. And the effect options that I'm going to choose is this red color. So on click, it becomes red. Naturally, we don't have the patience for that long duration. So 0.5 seconds is just good. So when I go to slideshow, this is what happens, but then this is not a trigger based animation. To make this as a trigger based animation, I can click on this and then say the animation that I just added is going to be triggered on clicking of this particular shape. Now, what is the name of this shape? Let us go to home, go to select, go to selection pane and see what is it called. It is called oval 5. We can remember this the way it is, or we can call this as wrong 1. So I have changed the name of this to wrong 1. Then let us select this, go to animations and say trigger on click of wrong 1. Now what happens is, when I go to slideshow, when I take my cursor to the circle, you can see that it changes into a hand icon. When I click, you can see that the color changes to red. So this indicates that it is a wrong answer. Now I'm going to duplicate this 3 more times. Let us select this and let us go to animation pane so you can observe what I'm doing here. By pressing Ctrl D, I create a duplicate and I place it right next to the previous shape. Now I can press Ctrl D and Ctrl D. So we have 4 options here. Now you can see that the trigger animation is also duplicated, thereby reducing our time. Let us select everything and then move it to somewhere to the center. Now we have 4 wrong options. Now we need to make one of them as the right option. So I'm going to choose this third one as the right option. You can see that I have selected that particular animation. I'm going to change the fill color to green. So that indicates that it is the right answer. Now this is a very simple template that I can use to conduct quizzes inside my class. For example, I can go to slideshow, have my question here and invite one of the students to come and pick the right answer. If the person clicks on one of the options which turns out to be a wrong one, you will invite another student to come and pick the right answer. And if the right answer is done, you appreciate and move on. So that is how this particular template works. Now, to add more questions, all I need to do is to go here and I can duplicate and then change my question, change my answers. So it is a very, very simple thing. Now let me delete this. Let us go to the first one and see if there is any way we can embellish this a little bit more. Now, one of the things I can think of is to add some sound, and that depends on the kind of students that you are dealing with. If you are dealing with very young students in say 2nd or 3rd grade, they might actually enjoy having this sound coming when you click on a particular option. If you are dealing with some higher level students, then you don't really have to use the sound option. I'll show you how to do this addition of sound, which is a very simple thing. You go to the animation, whichever one that you want to choose. So this one represents this. So to add the sound, I just need to go here, go to effect options and then go to sound and pick up the sound for the wrong answer. Maybe it can be something like say a bomb or something, just to indicate that that is a wrong answer, and I say okay. Now when a student comes here and clicks on this, so that's what happens. And you can do so for the remaining wrong answers as well. And for the right answer, you can add the sound of applause by going here, going to effect options, and for sound you can choose applause and say okay. So when the student picks up the right one, everybody appreciates, including the computer. So that is the basic template of creating this simple quiz template. Now, is there a way I can take this to the next level? Yes, I can add some explanation along with the right answer. So how do I do that? I can go to home, go to the text option, and I can say this is the explanation for the right answer. I can increase the font size and have this as a wipe animation. Let me go to animations and say wipe from left, and I can have this animation appear on the click of this. So you can see that this is the animation that is shown here, which appears on click. Instead of this, I can move this to this third animation. Since I want this explanation to come with the third answer, I have dragged that animation to the third option. I can change this to with previous. Now let us observe what happens when I click on the right one. When I click on this, so this is what happens. You have an applause coming, and then you have the explanation shown. So that is how you create this animated template for quiz. Now I want to take this to one more level. Let us say I have a diagram and I have various labels marked 1, 2, 3, etc. On clicking one of those labels, I want to have these 4 options appear, and then whatever that we did earlier continues. For example, if I choose the first one, which is a wrong one, I will have the response like this, and if I choose the right one, I'll have this response, which is there is an applause and also an explanation coming here. Exactly what we did earlier, only that this whole thing appears only on the click of a particular label. How do we do that? I'll tell you how to do this in a step-by-step way, but before that, I've put together something interesting. I've created a free 5-day email course called Game-Based Teaching with PowerPoint. If you want to turn your lessons into engaging interactive experiences with PowerPoint and you don't want to do any coding, then this free 5-day email course is for you. I will leave a link to this in the description box below the video. You can enter your email and sign up, so you can receive this free 5-day email course right away. So here I have a picture. On clicking off a label here, I want the options to appear. So let us go to shapes and pick up the oval shape, and then let us draw a button like this, just a circle. You add a number and then go to shape effects, go to preset and use one of the presets called preset 2. You can change the color, of course, to whichever color that captures your imagination. And let us change this to a bolder font and increase the font size. So this is our label. On clicking this, we want the options to appear. Now we need to have the options written down. For that, let us go to shapes and pick up a rectangle tool and then use this much size. Yeah, that looks good. And say your answer here. Doesn't matter what you write inside. Let us increase the size like so. And this is going to be the wrong one. Let us change this color to black and remove the outline. The process I'm going to use to create this particular variation is very different from the one that I used for the previous vanilla one. Please observe the steps very closely, because the subtle variations that I'm going to show you makes it possible to have the animation the way you want. Anyway, let us have the various options available. I am going to have 4 options just like the way that we did, and the third one is the right answer. Let us ensure that everything is aligned properly and aligned center with distribution. Everything is the way it is supposed to be. I want all 4 of them to appear on the click of this. So first, let us have something that kind of holds everything. So let us go to rectangles and draw a bigger rectangle here. Let us right click and send this to back and change the color and change the outline. And if you want to connect this to this, you can always add a rectangular shape and then say, so this is the rectangular shape. Select this piece here, hold the shift button down and then select this. and then go to shape format, merge shapes and say shape union. Now we have the holding shape for 4 of these options. Now I want all of these elements to enter the scene with a simple fade, and all of these appear on the click of this button. Now what is this button called? Let us go here, go to home, go to select, go to selection pane and see what it is called. It is called as oval 4. Of course we can change this to red 1. So we know exactly which button are we talking about. So let us select all of them. Let us go to animation pane. Let us go to animations and say trigger on click of red 1. So when I go to slideshow, on click of this, all these options appear. Now we need to add the next animation, which is the change of color. So let us select this, and then like the way that we did earlier, we are going to use one of the fill color options. Since I already have an animation for this, I want to add animation by going to this add animation option and say fill color and change this to red color. Of course, I'm going to change the duration to 0.5 seconds so we can do it fairly fast. Now observe that this animation is outside the trigger area. Now if I use the trigger animation option like the way that we did earlier, let us observe what happens. This is called as rectangle 6. I want you to remember. So let us select this. Go to trigger and say on click of rectangle 6. Observe what happens. Go to slideshow and see that this, which should have actually appeared only on a click, is now already there on the slide. And of course it behaves the way I want as a trigger, but the problem is that I don't want this to be there on the screen. It has to appear first on the click of this button, and then it needs to have whatever effect that I had shown just now. So how do we make the change? Let us press Ctrl Z so we undo whatever that we did. Now whenever I select this and use this trigger option, it adds trigger to all the animations associated with this object, and that is where the difference lies. You cannot use this option. Instead, you go to this specific animation that you have just created, click on the drop down menu, go to effect options and then use the option under timing and say triggers, start effect on click off, and we go to rectangle 6 and say OK. Now you see that this is a separate trigger. When I go to slideshow, there is no option available. On click of this, we have all the 4 options appear. Then when I click on this, you can see that it changes color. Now the rest of the process is pretty much the same. Whatever you did for this one, you need to continue for the remaining ones. I'll just do it for the right answer, just so you can see how I did it one more time. So let us select this. Add animation, because we already have an animation here. Go to fill color. This time I'm going to change this to green color, and then I will of course change this to 0.5 seconds so we don't really lose our patience on this one. And this is called rectangle 8. I'm going to select just that event. Click on the drop down menu, go to effect options, go to timing, go to triggers, go to start effect on click off, and then say rectangle 8 and say OK. And therefore when I go to slideshow, on the click of this, 4 options appear. On the click of this, the right answer is shown. Of course, you can always add your explanation below. Just as we did earlier, we are going to add some text here and say explanation text. And this appears as a simple wipe animation and say wipe from left. And this happens along with the right answer. So you see this animation event here. I'm going to click and drag this to the right answer. Rectangle 8 is the right answer. So we have dragged it to right next to this, and I'm going to say this happens with previous. So when I go to slideshow, click and I unfurl all this. On click of this, this changes color and the explanation text appears. So what this allows us to do is to have multiple labels and then have a quiz based on whatever we click on. So that makes this even more an advanced version of the previous one, and naturally your audience will love this. And as I mentioned earlier, remember to join this 5-day free email course called Game-Based Teaching with PowerPoint if you want to add some pizzazz to your PowerPoint slides and make your teaching more engaging. And if you're in the mood to watch another video that teaches you a very interesting way to convert your boring slide to interactive quiz game in PowerPoint, then I will leave a link to this very popular video called Convert Boring Slide to Interactive Quiz Game in PowerPoint. You can click on the link that you see right now on your screen and watch that video next. I'll also leave a link to this in the description box below the video. So carry on with your inspiration and create your interactive quiz game in PowerPoint today. I'll see you inside that video.